113-106, the Sacramento Kings drop a game they should have won. That is crazy to say, because going into this game with no Mike Brown on the sidelines, no Sabonis in the middle, against a two-time MVP in Nikola Jokic, you would have thought the Kings would have gotten blown out. And the reality is the Kings were actually blowing them out for most of the first half. And then the Nuggets came back. Michael Porter Jr. was extremely smooth in that first half. Gave him that energy, that jump that they needed. And the Joker, well, that's why he's a two-time MVP. How you guys doing? My name is Leo Biaz. Welcome to the CK postgame show here on the Basketball Zone YouTube channel. It's presented by Medici Sacramento, right across the Golden One Center. A great spot to visit before every game, after every game. Get some drinks and get some delicious food. Medici Sacramento, the top, and I mean the top pizza restaurant in all of Sacramento. I appreciate them for always supporting the Cowboy King, the Basketball Zone platforms. Oh my goodness, we had a treat today. No Sabonis, no Mike Brown. Coach Jordy was in charge, ex-Nugget as well, of that coaching staff with Mike Malone out there. And he did a good job for the most part. But I'll say this. In a sense, Mike Brown was coaching because the lineups were identical, right? The only thing that probably changed was the fact that Jordy played Richaun Holmes a little bit longer than Mike Brown would have. And Richaun Holmes responded. He played well, and we'll get into that. But the lineups have to be the biggest concern tonight. How on earth is De'Aaron Fox playing 30 minutes tonight? No way that should have ever happened. He put up 26 points tonight, and I was tweeting out like they're taking him out at the 7:35 mark, at the 6-minute mark. My first tweet before the game was, I am interested to see, with no Sabonis, will they actually extend his leash in the first quarter? Or will they continue to take him out at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter? Well, they took him out at the beginning of the 6-minute mark. That was disappointing on so many levels. That can't happen. I'm sorry. That cannot happen. That's your best player. You gotta play him even more now without Sabonis. That is ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous on so many levels. I just don't get it. How can you find that rhythm when they consistently pull you out? That makes no sense. I understand the longevity of playing him that way. They're trying to break up his minutes for an 82-game season. The reality is you're not that good. Your backup isn't that good, especially offensively. Look, I like Davion Mitchell defensively, but offensively, he's terrible. He was terrible tonight. You can't have that. I'm sorry. I'm tired of watching this, man. I'm tired of it. Damn. It's infuriating on so many levels. Davion Mitchell is unplayable offensively, but he's so good defensively that he finds minutes. That's fine. But let's not act like that's not hurting Fox's timing and rhythm each and every game. Davion had 18 minutes tonight. 3 of 8. 0 of 3 from beyond the arc. Huge threes that he missed. That can't happen. That can't happen. I thought Monk was really bad. 0 of 5 from beyond the arc. 2 of 2 from the free throw line. But 8 points for a guy that Kings fans and myself have called a 6th man of the year candidate. You need more. The Kings need more from this. More. Period. Kevin Huerter, 37 minutes tonight, 21 points. He produced 3-7 from beyond the arc. But damn, you need more from Malik Monk and Davion Mitchell. You just do. You just do. Make sure y'all like this video. Share it with all your fellow Kings fans, fellow Nuggets fans. We're going to get into the Nuggets because I like the Nuggets. And, you know, they didn't have AG tonight, who had the dunk of the year on Christmas night. That was a hell of a game. I enjoyed watching that game with my family. It was a good time. It was a good time. Will he play tomorrow night? Probably. The Kings had a chance to win this game. I don't think they'll win tomorrow. If I'm being completely honest, they had to win the game tonight. Period. Point blank, period. And they didn't. They didn't. It's tough. No light at the end of the tunnel. I'm so depressed right now. Comes from Night Syndicate. Caught the ending. Pretty exciting. Denver made some clutch shots to finish it. Jamal Murray's pretty good, man. Exactly was wondering that too. You can see it in Fox's eye. Man was ready to take over. I don't understand why they took out Fox when he was balling in third. Don't make no sense, bro. Make no sense. Again, I understand it from a longevity standpoint. But when you're fighting for your lives, you're trying to end a 16-year drought. You got to be better, and like you got to play these guys. The Raptors play their guys 40-plus minutes, and they ain't got no bench, and the Kings have a bench. But you got to at least play them 35 a night. At least the bare minimum, 35 a night. What are we talking here? It's crazy. The disrespect. It's crazy. It's crazy. Would you want them to possibly go out and target Peyton Pritchard with Bronson? I would love that. I would love that man to back up De'Aaron Fox. A guy that can just flat out shoot the basketball. That fits in perfectly with this team. I would love that. Davion had 9 assists though. That's fine, but that's literally the first time he's had 9 assists the entire season. He is unplayable offensively. Guys sag off of him. He has no choice but to pass the ball. I'm not going to accept that, man. I'm just not. I'm not. You should be unhappy. Fox needs to speak up, man. That was ridiculous. It's crazy. It really is. Let's look at the damn box score, man. Like, what are we saying right now? 31 minutes. Yeah, he played 30. Come on, man. Like, you can't continue just to sub him in, sub him out. Like, bro, this ain't the little leagues, man. This ain't the little leagues. Let's stop this cap already. 10 and 16, 3-5 from beyond the arc. The man was cooking at some point, and he pulled him out. He had 5 turnovers for that exact reason, because he just can't find that timing and rhythm. That's just the reality of the situation. That's what it is, okay? That's crazy, man. Come on, man. Smack that like button. Let's go. Let's get this stream up. Alex Len, first start of the season, 14 minutes. I thought he was solid. He did his job for 14 minutes. He was 0 of 1, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 boards. He did his job. Nikola Jokic, I know he finished with 20 points, 11 assists, 9 boards, damn near triple-double, but he was under 10 points for the first half, and then, mid-third I think is when he started cooking, but they did a great job on him. And they used Richaun Holmes' speed to tire him out. Let's be honest. Richaun Holmes' vintage shot came back tonight. His little push shot. Again, led the NBA in field goal percentage the entire season for most of the season 2 years ago. You saw why. You saw an inspired again. It's a small sample size, but I feel like Jordy has given him a longer leash and he has responded. Whether that be 5 minutes, whether that be 6 minutes, and tonight, 23 minutes. 50% from the field, 7 boards, 8 points. I'm going to take that every single time. A lot of box outs. The guards need to stop ball watching. You got to get the 50-50 ball, which they didn't. I was infuriating watching these guys play. Like, bro, you got to get to the ball. Rashawn's doing his job, keeping the big man away from that rebound, and then your guards just don't get the rebound. Like, it needs to be a team effort. He's doing his job. The rest got to just do it and just execute, man. 50-50 balls. Whoever wants it more. Effort, man. Grit. That's what it boils down to. We didn't see that. I didn't see that tonight. On the night where this game was completely winnable. 32 points in the third, 34 points in the fourth. That's unacceptable. They did a great job in the first, did a great job in the second. You knew the run was coming. Like, we all knew the run was coming. But I didn't expect Jordy to swap Fox in and out like that. I really didn't. I thought he would for sure have a huge second half and play him damn near the whole second half. Especially without Sabonis. I don't get it. But Richaun Holmes did his thing. Richaun Holmes did his thing tonight. He really did. He played very well. I think early when he first checked in, he got away with the foul. But then the refs will always give their makeup calls, and then, you know, they cheated him off of 2 other fouls. But he needs to do a better job of keeping his hands up. He did that. I think he realized that when he didn't get that first one called, he was like, oh, shoot, I got away with one. Right? So it was in his head like, okay, I got to, you know, stay vertical, keep those hands up a little bit, you know what I mean? And he did a great job tonight. I really enjoyed his boxing out tonight. Like, he did a fabulous job boxing out tonight. He really did. I mean, Jokic got 9 rebounds tonight. That should tell you the whole thing. Like, for real. His other guys were grabbing boards. Right? 6 rebounds from Najee. 6 from Michael. 5 from Jamal. All guards and wings. 3 from Caldwell Pope. What did I just say? Without even reading the rebounds first, guys are getting beat in the 50-50 balls, man. That's unacceptable. It truly is. We can't have that, man. We can't have that. The Kings shot 28% from beyond the arc. That's not going to get the job done. It just won't. 10-35, that will not get the job done, no matter how you slice it. Respectable from the free throw line, 84.2. Nuggets shot 85. Nuggets shot 35 from beyond the arc. That'll get the job done. That'll get the job done, for sure. 47 from the field. Kings shot 48, so they did a good job in the paint tonight, I felt like. Keegan Murray, 31 minutes, had 11 points. I didn't think he was bad. I didn't think he was great. I think he was solid. He was okay. Harrison Barnes, 13 points, had a good first half, I felt like. But ultimately, as I always say, if Harrison Barnes does not have a great game, it's hard for the Kings to win. And that's why I'm always open to upgrading that position. I say this every single postgame show, every single one. I love Harrison Barnes. If you can somehow keep him, great. The reality is, because of how the salary cap works, you're not going to. And how, you know, funky some contracts on this team is, you got to be able to upgrade the position and realize that whoever you upgrade with is going to have a big contract, unless it's a young guy. And if that's the case, then it gets tricky there too, because you have some funky contracts. You got to make the money work. For example, say you want a guy like Vanderbilt from the Utah Jazz. He makes about $3 or $4 million. You can't offer Harrison Barnes. He makes 18. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's tough. It's tough. What are they gonna do, man? They got to make some moves. We all know it. And no, DeMarcus Cousins is not that guy. We just heard Mike Brown say, I want a defensive-minded center for those minutes, those 6 to 12 minutes when Sabonis is playing, to stay vertical and not foul. What does DeMarcus Cousins do? He gets exposed on defense because he's terrible, and he fouls a ton. He fouls a lot. And the biggest question for you DeMarcus Cousins fans is this one. Why on earth did the Nuggets not bring him back when their head coach is Mike Malone, the best coach ever for DeMarcus Cousins, right? His favorite coach ever. In the backup role to Jokic. Think about it. Who is the backup on this team? DeAndre Jordan? Is Jordan better than DeMarcus Cousins? It's a debate. he's not offensively, but why did they go there as opposed to Cousins and bring him back on the vet minimum? I wonder why. If this point isn't evident enough for you guys to stop saying bring Boogie back, I don't know what is. If the Nuggets didn't bring him back, if he's that valuable off the bench for an MVP center, why would he be valuable for Sabonis? That makes no sense. Mike Malone's the head coach last time I checked. Mike Malone was the coach that got the best out of him. And yet he didn't bring him back. For pennies on the dollar. It's not like he was asking for a lot. He's not asking for a lot now. But that should tell you how he's perceived league-wide. So this nonsense got to stop. He doesn't fit this team, period. Period. That's the reality. Forwards have no athleticism. MPJ shot over them all night, and they have horrendous closeouts. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. Season in jeopardy. That's not an overreaction. I don't think it's in jeopardy just because the Lakers are terrible. And worst case scenario, as I've said all year long, I don't want to be the Cavs of last year, right, where they were hovering, 3-4 all year, and then they got injuries, and then they dropped to that play-in, and then they lost to a Trae Young squad that wasn't better than them in a 7-game series, but in a 1-game elimination, they beat them, right? That could be the Kings, though. This injury could derail them to a play-in. I guarantee the play-in, no matter what, with Sabonis or without. But you don't want to be in that situation to where you've played well for a majority part. Well, I don't even say it's a majority part. For a fourth of the season, and you have a huge injury. Let's not, let's not act like it's big, like it's not big either. Let's not diminish the fact that Sabonis, to a lot of people, was in the top 10 in terms of MVP talk. Like, he's having that type of year, like an All-NBA season for sure. But, this team has to find a way to be better collectively. The rotation's got to be better from this coaching staff, period. I understand they have a rotation set, but sometimes you got to just adapt. You got to. DeMarcus is crying. Facts. He is. Let's call it the way it is. He's toxic. I'd rather have Dwight Howard for show. Bring Dwight Howard back from Taiwan. Guaranteed. But I think I wouldn't play Sabonis tomorrow, but it does seem like he's going to play through it and play through pain. So tomorrow is probably not the night where you want him to play against a two-time MVP and who's very physical, who draws a lot of contact. I wouldn't want him to re-injure that hand or, continue to injure the hand even more. Right now there's a press conference going on. I don't know what they've said, but we'll look at the tweets right now. But, yeah, I don't understand these rotations when it comes to De'Aaron Fox. It infuriates me. Kings will make the play-in, guaranteed. Ben Simmons, he's not getting traded. He's playing well. The Nets are playing really well. Just like I said they would, honestly, before the season. Y'all can watch the podcast with me and Kenny. There's just too much talent on that team. If they're all playing well, if that big three is not injured, which I keep telling people, man, it takes a while coming off a back injury to really find that athleticism, that time, and that rhythm back. Even for a guy like Ben Simmons, who is not an insane scorer by any means of the imagination, right? Like, the guy doesn't want to shoot basketballs, but he does everything else well. But in order to do everything else well, you got to be in shape, and it was going to take a while before he got in shape, right? And he's had really good moments this year. Kyrie, same thing. He's a knucklehead, but he's really good. KD is KD. You know he's great. That team is too talented not to be very good. Unless they get injured, then they're toasted. But barring injury, that team is really good. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with in a 7-game series. I don't think anybody wants to face them, if we're playing completely honest. I don't think so. That's just me, though. Right? Jakob will help the Kings. I think so. I've been saying that for 2 months now. I think he'd be huge for the Kings off the bench. In that limited role for Sabonis, you got a defensive-minded center who, again, isn't extremely athletic, but he gets the job done in terms of incredible interior post defense, right? A great Spurs system player, very smart, sets great screens. That's a guy that they can look at. But what's the price? That's the question here. What is the price for a guy like Jakob from the Spurs? I think he's a great fit because I've been saying that. So good stuff there, James. Next press conference, please ask for Max Minutes questions. Well, the press conference is happening now. Like, I can't be at both places, be streaming here, and because I didn't want to last too long or like take too long there where it takes about 40 minutes of my time, and I got to do another, the show because I'm trying to go home, get some formula for the baby. He ran out of formula, so I got to go before they close. I'm good on time right now. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I would have went to a press conference, I would have been like 40 minutes, 45 minutes there, right? And then do the show. So I elected to just do the show first. So I don't know about tomorrow night because the wife is going back to work for maternity leave, and our schedules might, be off by a little bit. So there's going to be a little bit of an adjustment period in terms of the games. If I do come, it'll be a little bit later. Because she gets off at 7, which is game time, right? It only take me like 15 minutes to get here. About 30 minutes with like parking and all that stuff. But we'll figure it out, and I'll let you guys know. But yes, tomorrow is going to be a tough game to win, just because tonight was the night. They were up by double digits. And they have to be better. I'm working on the Şengün video, which I'm excited because Şengün's really good. Like, I was high on Şengün. I had him 7th on my big board. And if the Rockets understood how to use him more, if they used him and gave him a higher usage rate, they'd be better. But they don't. But that man is a baby Sabonis with a little bit of Jokic in him. I know he's only 6'11", but the man can play. That dude is so smooth. The intelligence that he plays with. The low-key athleticism. I know people sleep on him because he's a little bit bigger. He got like that skinny fat type of body, but the man can move, and he will yak it on your head. Like, he's done it. So he's great, man. In terms of what a second-year player, damn near 15-10 this year. He's not even playing 30 minutes a night. That's on the Rockets. He's not even playing 30 on the Rockets. But that video is coming. Hopefully I finish it tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see if I do or not. I got all the B-Ball Index analytics for you guys, all the grades for him. I just got to write the script and get it over with and publish it. But yeah, tonight it was tough, man. I thought for a second, like, the game was 3.5. I said, no Sabonis, no Mike Brown. Something's up. Then the Kings get off to a hot start, and I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, okay. Vegas knows. But then Nikola Jokic just a little bit too much. And obviously Jamal Murray. Like, if we look at Jamal Murray's stats, right? 25 points, 3 of 7, 8 of 8 from the free throw line. He's coming back to where he was, which was really good, insane, right? That was a historic playoff series against the Jazz and Donovan Mitchell. He was insane, and he got injured, and obviously this is his first season back, really. Again, it takes time. And then we got other guys that are older. For guys like Murray who are still relatively young, I think they'll be back in no time. But guys like, say, a Joe Harris, who was up there in age, maybe not. And I really like Joe Harris before he choked in the playoffs against the Bucks in that series. And then he got injured, and he missed damn close to a year. And now he's been a shell of himself, and they paid him a lot of money, $75 million to be exact. And then we got other guys like Duncan Robinson, who, again, teams caught up to him because he's a defensive liability, right? Joe Harris is a better player, just career-wise, especially just overall as well. But, man, it's interesting to think about how teams moving forward will look at guys like a Gary Trent, you know, obviously how the Kings in the league valued Buddy Hield, right? How they valued Duncan Robinson, Joe Harris, guys that are three-point specialists, but that struggle defensively. Like, will those guys continue to get paid that amount of money, or have these players that I just named set the precedent to how you view them and how you pay them? Because one can make the argument that I'd rather have a strong defender that's shooting 34 to 36% on 7 attempts as opposed to 39 to 44% on high attempts, right? Like 7 or more. Because that's what these great shooters are doing. You know, Buddy, Duncan, Joe, they're shooting over 40%. So that's why they got paid. But they're defensive liabilities. Or do you scheme around that, and do you help them and hide them? That also means that you can't have two negative defenders, because then you're screwed. And that's why the Kings were bad for so long, because they had a bunch of negative defenders on the court. Like, you can't. It's hard to hide one guy, let alone 2 and 3 guys, right? So if you have one defensive liability with some size on him, that's not that bad. Especially if he spaces out the floor for you offensively and he hits shots, that's fine. Teams can live with that, but damn, having 2 of those guys on the floor. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, man. Let me know what you guys think. But let's see if, yeah, like I was saying, like, White take out Fox 735 marks, MPJ smooth. Fox Holmes was having a good game. I said good screen by Holmes to get Kevin open. Let me see. Let me see if the Kings put up something tonight. Here we go.
It's yeah, I mean, we don't need anybody being a hero. I think it's Domas is a big piece of our team. There's no hiding that, but we just need everybody to be a little bit better. That's
100%.
That's all 9 guys that are out there playing, you know, each and every night. I thought Alex started the game great. I thought Richaun gave us good minutes. Trey gave us good minutes. It's just everybody just being a little bit better, trying to make up for Domas obviously being out.
Yeah, I thought Trey Lyles was solid tonight too, if I'm being completely honest. And y'all know I'm a Trey Lyles hater, but I thought he was solid tonight. That was it. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. Let's check the Kings. Let's check the Comcast channel. Okay. Posted the same thing essentially. Oh, here we go. Oh, Richaun spoke today, huh?
Most part of the season, I've been.
Let's see.
Just go out there and hoop for real. You know, I think for the most part of the season, I've been overthinking a lot of stuff when I go out there. So I think just going out there.
That's crazy, but that's true. Rashawn's been overthinking a lot of things, and I tweeted that out. Like, he goes in not wanting to make mistakes. He's looking over his shoulder like, damn, like, are they gonna pull me out? Like, he's like, damn. So he's playing timid. He's playing scared. He's playing out there not wanting to make mistakes, and that's when you make the most mistakes, because you're not playing freely. And if you're a hooper, you would know that. So it's hard to play that way. A lot of it has to do with the coaching staff. A lot has to do with him and his psyche and his mindset of how he's approaching this thing right now. He's going through a hard time. I get it, right? But I'm assuming he's going to say, without even listening to the whole quote, that he played more freely tonight. But he also understood that there was no Sabonis, so they kind of needed him tonight. But let's take a look at what he had to say.
And just playing the way I normally play and just doing the things I normally do just to get myself in that rhythm. I think that's kind of how I wanted to attack it, and that's how I want to attack the rest of the season.
Right. So there you go. The way he attacked it was fine, and when we saw that vintage Holmes today with that push shot, which is just a beauty. The push shot was working so well that Jokic bit on it, and then he fouled him on that pump fake going to the rack. He should have made the damn layup when he got fouled, but he missed it by a little bit. But he yelled, "And what?" You know what I mean? So, it was just good to see him out there play freely like he typically used to back 2 years ago when he was putting up 14-9. He was a top 10 shot blocker in the league on a very bad Kings team defensively as well. Guys would consistently get beat. They get beat now, but if y'all think this is bad, go back and look how bad it was with Bogey, with Fox, Buddy, with Harrison, with Marvin Bagley, a guy who can't even guard his own shadow. Let's go down the list. I mean, Alec Burks was terrible when he had a chance. Let's see. Corey Joseph, oh my God, Corey Joseph would get beat like crazy. That was gross. So Richaun would have to, step up all the time, and then his guys wouldn't rotate to his man, and then he'd look bad, or he'd get in foul trouble. It was tough. I do not miss those days. I do not miss those days. My goodness. Let's see what else. I do not miss those days, yo. I heard people say, make a trade with the Knicks, bring in Reddish, Grimes, and I'm assuming you said Robinson. Okay. It'll be interesting to see if they make that type of deal. I know I've mentioned that before. A first-round pick for Jakob Poeltl. I mean, I would do it, right? But the Kings are stuck with their picks right now. So, obviously, it would have to be heavily protected. And they wouldn't be able to give a pick up until 2027 because of the Kevin Huerter trade. And I don't know if the Spurs want to do that, but they might. I mean, they like Zach Collins. He's been playing more than Jakob Poeltl. I like Zach Collins. He's always injured. I would love Zach Collins, but he is always banged up. It's another guy right there. Nets versus Clippers, my prediction at the beginning. Oh, that's your finals prediction? Okay, that's interesting. Two injury-riddled teams who are extremely talented, by the way. Make a trade with the Knicks. Okay, how many first-rounders should they give up for Şengün? They're not trading Şengün. Can you imagine having two Sabonises on your team? Like, that's crazy. But no, they won't trade him, but they won't use him either. You know what I mean? Like, that's the crazy part. If the Rats fall out of it, maybe they would trade Otto Porter if he gets healthy. That's a great option for the Kings. They'd be solid. Barnes is atrocious defensively. This game just shows what it is for him. Wins mask weaknesses 100%, bro. Wins mask weaknesses. I say that every single game. This team needs to upgrade. I know a lot of people will say, well, just be patient. I'm all for being patient, but let's not act like they're a great team. They're a good team, but they're not a great team. And as I always say, when they get some big dubs, fans get way too excited. Their brains get way too stimulated. And the wins mask their weaknesses. I say it every single time. They call me a hater, but I like to think of it as I keep it real. That's it. Gotta love being up the whole game and then giving the game away with less than 5 minutes left in the game. It's tough. It's tough. E-Man making an appearance this season. He will. He will. Time due, man. Man's a married man. He's newlywed, so y'all know how that goes at first. I ain't gonna say what specifically. Y'all know how that goes at first. The schedule does not love. The schedule does not love. Rough here. It's gonna be rough, yes. Fox needs to play 30 minutes tomorrow. He's not gonna play 38 minutes. Y'all know the question. They're not gonna play him 38 minutes. He should be playing 35 though every single night, 100%. Huerter is a defensive liability, 100%. Isaiah Stewart would be a good pickup. He would be, but it just depends, right? Like, when you look at the Pistons roster, which I'm familiar with, they're playing him with Duran right now, right? Who's the youngest player in the league. And then they bring Bagley off the bench. They bring Sadiq now off the bench. So I don't know if Sadiq is I think they're still bringing him off the bench, even with Cade being injured. But he does play, I mean, he finishes games. How do they view him? I think Beef Stew would be nice as a backup. Definitely. I like Thibault strictly for defense. Yeah, I mean, that's always a guy that I've talked about all season long like that. The problem with him, though, is, again, just like Davion, who is very good defensively, he's so limited offensively. But I wouldn't mind Thibault as opposed to Davion because at least Thibault won't have the ball in his hands as much, and he would just be cutting off of Sabonis, right? Cutting off of Fox, where Davion got to make decisions in this offense, especially as a head of the snake, as Mike Brown likes to call him, off the bench. And that's the problem because last year, or to end the season, he was just flat out balling because they were playing heavy pick and roll. You know, Damian Jones, who's now on the Lakers, and Davion Mitchell were just killing it. But when you run the split cut action where everybody touches the ball and the ball's in rotation all the time and you can't shoot, that makes it tough, especially when you're my height. When you're 6 foot and you're the smallest guy on the court, it makes it real tough if you can't shoot the ball in this type of an offensive system. Now, if you're playing heavy pick and roll, high hammer screens, allowing you to get downhill, because that's where he excels, then it's different. But as a basketball player, you got to be able to adapt to any system. And right now, this system is not for him. And as we can see, Mike Brown ain't changing the system for anybody. Literally. He's playing this Warriors type of basketball. That's just the reality of this. So if you're Davion, you should know that you're going to get a ton of open looks, which he does every single night. He just doesn't knock them down. He just doesn't knock them down. And we saw it today. He airballed the three-pointer. And the crazy part is that his mechanics are fine. Like, his mechanics are good. It's a matter of confidence, man. It was a matter of confidence last year. If you see Davion's trajectory in college, he progressively got better every single year. It's the fact where they won the national championship, you know, Baylor against Gonzaga. I don't know if y'all remember that. He shot 43% his last year with Baylor. Like, he took a huge jump. Like, at what point, because we understand that Davion's a gym rat. He works very hard, so I'm not going to, you know, diminish the level of work that he puts into his game. I honestly believe it does come down to, right now for him specifically, it comes down to confidence because the jumper don't look bad. Like, it's not funky. It's just his timing and his confidence is off, man, which is unfortunate. Like, it really is. Yeah, he's not playing that much. Like, I think what's his name is playing more tonight. Let's look at that Philly game. What's his name? Nee Yang is playing more, right? We got Thibault playing 5 minutes yet, so. And obviously having a guy like PJ Tucker who played 19, George who's playing 28, he spreads out the floor for the Sixers, who won the 7 tonight though. What's George averaging for the year? He is averaging 42% from the season, so that's why he's playing so much. Tonight he just had an off night. But if you look at guys like Thibault, right? He's already 25. 6'5", but extremely long reach, just a physical specimen. He's played 28 games, averaging 11 minutes a night. He's shooting 30%, which is disgusting. He's shooting 50% from the free throw line, which is disgusting. So when I say he's an offensive liability, y'all know why I say that. Like, it's tough to play him, right? But he would help, though, especially off the bench. 12 minutes a night, like, I wouldn't mind that at all. But what type of deal would it take to get him? I just don't know where the Sixers are at with him. But what did Şengün do today? Şengün 22 minutes, 0 points. That's crazy. 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Last night he had a great game. Like, if you look at them, last night, let's see. Şengün, 25 points, 11 boards, 6 assists last night against the Bulls. Win, 32 minutes. They don't know how to use him, man. It's crazy. They just don't know how to use him, bro. 14-9 or 15-9. But and then if we look at the Raptors, I watched the first half. I made some money on the Clippers. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Bet the first half Clippers. They were up by 4 at the half, I believe. And Kawhi Leonard, he only had 15 points, okay, in his return. What we see? Paul George, 23. Zubac, he's a monster tonight, 23 points, 16 boards, Jesus. Reggie Jackson was solid. Yeah, I mean, they had production from the starting 5. Of course, Mr. Toronto, Norman Powell's going to have a good game, right? 22 off the bench. That'll get the job done every single time, right? 22 points in 23 minutes. Yep. They had a massive third quarter. Holy smokes. They allowed 37 points. That can't happen if you're the Raptors. That can't happen. Period. You cannot allow 37 points in the quarter for the Raptors, who theoretically say you're, all defense first. Like, that's a slap in the face to a team whose identity is supposed to be defense, with all that length and all that defensive versatility on that team. 37 points cannot happen, period. What were the breakdowns? Obviously, I don't know. I didn't watch the game, but I didn't watch the second half. Gary Trent, 20 points, 2 of 4. Sort of efficient, but he's minus 410. I'm assuming he wasn't very good defensively tonight, like he typically is. Malachi had 10 points. See, Malachi has been playing well as of late. Y'all know I like Malachi. I'd rather have Malachi than Davion Mitchell, offensively at least. Because defensively he's trash, but it's tough, man. I love Davion, but I just wish he was taller, right? Where you can just hide him, put him in the corner. Damn, but I mean, he is who he is. Like, unless you just change it up a little bit for him specifically. But yeah, I don't think they'll do that for him, honestly. Did they start one show tonight? They did start one show. But who played? It looks like they played. Yeah, I mean they played a lot of Scotty, probably a big, because all their bigs didn't play 9 minutes. So yeah, they staggered a lot of Siakam, OG, and Scotty at the big position. What does Scotty have? 17 and 12 and 8. Oof, that's a good game. That's a good game. But yeah, man. Check out Penstar basketball. Robert probably already broke it all down. So I'm sure they had a good show. Let me see. The Lakers won. Damn. The Magic are so sporadic and so inconsistent. How you gonna lose to the Lakers, bro, when you're so big? Like, that's crazy. And how they went on that 4-game win streak, that makes no sense. The Pacers tonight, let's see what they did. Collins, 26 points. Okay. Getting that final trade value there. I'm not a fan of John Collins, but 26 and 10 will make you believe a little bit, right? Trae Young 22, Bogey had 18 and solid. What do these guys have? Halliburton had 23 and 7. Buddy Hield had 28. Buddy Hield had 28. Buddy buckets 6 or 7. Mathurin had 18. Okay. It's a big winner. 18-17. Phoenix beat Memphis. Okay. Did Booker play? Booker did not play. Interesting. That is interesting, for sure. Morant had 34. Looks like Bane had an off game. Yep. Brooks, 7. Interesting. They blew him out, essentially. 42 in the second. Dallas, oh my God. What's crazy about Dallas is obviously historic night, right? 60-20 and 60-21 and 10. But Vlade Divac is courtside today. And it would have been funny if somebody just would have been like, oh, let me put the stat line on top of you by saying, maybe you should have drafted this guy, right? Maybe you should have drafted Luka. I don't know. But maybe you should have drafted Luka. That's crazy. They're 19-16 now. Assuming the Kings went down the standings, right? Let's see what they did. The Kings have fallen out of the top 6. The first time in a long time. 17-15. Mavericks 19-16. It's tough. Blazers 18-16. Jazz 19-17. Warriors 17-18. They won tonight. Well, yeah. So, to me, the play-in is going to be a lock. It's just a matter of can you make the top 6 and avoid being the Cavs of last year is what I will keep on saying. Pacers are 7th as well. The East is playing better now. Obviously, still Celtics, Bucks to me, and then you got the Nets on the outside looking in, along with the. So there's tiers to me, right? Tier 1, Celtics, Bucks. Tier 2, Nets, Cavs, Sixers, and then it's everybody else. I'm not a big fan of the Knicks, if I'm honest with you, but 3 through 5 will be exchanging themselves. 1 and 2 is going to be a lock. I mean, for me, it will be. Those two teams are really good. Christmas Day wasn't a great showing for the Bucks, but it is what it is. Go out and get Mason Plumlee. I would love Mason Plumlee, though, for sure. Thibault can shut down great players. Much better than Davion. I mean, he's way bigger, yeah. So, to that regard, again, I would love Thibault. Like, don't get me wrong. But it's hard to play him. It's hard to play him. As really are going to be a rough stretch of 5 games. We need to mentally prepare ourselves. Absolutely, Fox needs to be 35 minutes. Can't be playing less than the Rook. 100%, bro. OG played horrible for the Raps. That's not good. Heavy on David and Holmes for Kuzma. I'm not a big Kuzma fan, if I'm being honest with you. OG surprisingly played terrible defensively. Bo Cruz threw a few air balls. Oh, shit. That's not good. Money was smoking a fat joint instead of Davion 9 instead of Moody. Yeah, I mean, you should have went Moody there, honestly. Well, the Kings won at Franz, and Franz went 8. Kings had 9, and the Magic kind of screwed it up for them. But that's what happens sometimes, man. Like, they really did want Franz, though. I mean, Franz would be damn ideal, like perfect on this team, right? Especially how he plays. I don't like slow Kuzma. Kings may avoid the play-in because the West is weak. I think Golden State will get hot and move up. How about the Aaron Gordon dunk? Damn, bro, that rest in peace, Landry Shamet. That was nuts. I got 7. That was dunk of the year, 100%. 100%. Let's see. Did they post anything else? I do want to see. Let me see if they already posted. If not, oh, they did.
Minutes for you guys and have it correlate to a moment where you guys go up 20?
It was a good moment, just to be out there, be on the floor and things. Just, wish we could have sustained it so we could finish with the dub. But, it's things to build on. We'll just go from there. But definitely felt good to be out there, definitely.
Seemed like, when you got in there, you know exactly what to do there, Richaun. And what was your whole thought process of playing in this game, knowing that Sabonis was not going to be out here?
Just go out there and hoop, for real. I think for the most part of the season, I've been overthinking a lot of stuff when I go out there. So I think just going out there and just playing the way I normally play and just doing the things I normally do just to get myself in that rhythm, I think that's kind of how I wanted to attack it. And, that's how I want to attack the rest of the season.
Yeah, Rich, you were assigned to Jokic tonight, but it's team defense. How do you feel like you guys did with all the help coverage and trying to contain him?
I mean, we did about the best we could, you know what I'm saying? It's not too much you can do to stop him, honestly, especially with his passing ability. But, I feel like we was on the string. We was there to help each other. He just made some amazing plays like he normally does. But just feel like we can continue to play team defense like that, we'll be good.
Rich, just how much has this been a roller coaster for you? It even seems like it started last season, but you haven't seemed to have been able to find sort of your sweet spot.
I mean, it's been tough, a lot of adjustments, a lot of changes, but, as a professional, I got to figure it out, things of that sort, and that's just what I'm trying to do, figure out where I fit and how I can help this team and things that I can do on the floor to help or off the floor, whatever I can do. And, just trying to figure that out just so I can be the best player possible for this team.
You said you were overthinking things. You thought, what parts of the game or whatever were you overthinking?
I don't think it's necessarily just like thinking like that. It's more so like, basketball is such a reaction game, and you want to just react instead of thinking about what you're gonna do before you do it.
100%.
So especially for me, the way I play, I just think it's more so just reading and reacting instead of just trying to sort out every play or sort out the next move or things of that sort. Just going out there, react to what you see, and just play basketball like I've been playing basketball my whole life.
How much of it for you, Rich, was kind of adjusting to a new style of play, specifically on the offensive end?
I mean, it's a lot that goes into it. I think the style of play on offense, I think, is something that I can get used to for sure. Just got to play a little bit more and, just get used to that spot. But like I said, as a professional, you got to figure it out and do your best to help the team wherever you can. And, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to figure out and just trying to be there for the team.
With Domas out tonight and potentially going forward for some period of time, did tonight kind of show you and the team what it might take to kind of fill in for him, and what can you say about yourself and Alex, guys like that, staying ready to contribute at all times?
Yeah, I don't think, Domas is not a type of guy you can just replace. It's a committee thing. You got to try to grab more boards as a team, defend as a team, pass as a team. He brings so much to our team. So for me and guys like Len, staying ready, being professional, that's part of our job. He goes down with an injury, such a big part of our team. We got to be ready to fill in and help out where we can. So I think that's something me and Alex have both stayed in the gym together. We both work with each other, come back late at night just to make sure, if the team needs us, we're ready. And, we want to continue doing that going forward.
Thanks so much.
All right.
100%.
Kevin, obviously that 8-0 run proved to be pretty costly down the stretch there. What did you see with what they did to you guys?
Hit tough shots. Porter had it going all night. Lost him on the backside. Their movement. We're so loaded to the ball against Jokic. It makes it tough, and they knocked down 2 tough shots, and Murray obviously threw some up and went in.
Kevin, it looked like you guys had a lot of energy right out of the gate. Was there a feeling over the last few days of anticipation getting back out because of how Friday's game against the Wizards went?
Yeah, I mean, we've been off 3 days. They had to play on Christmas. We got to watch. And this was a game, especially the first one of this back-to-back. We needed to have more energy than them, and came out the right way. And, the end of that second quarter, we were up 17, and they made a run to cut it, which I thought was huge going into the half.
Right.
And obviously they just kind of worked it down the rest of the second half.
Kev, you guys obviously had some challenges tonight. How'd you feel about just the effort and the togetherness in this game?
Yeah, the effort was overall good. Our game plan defensively, they threw a lot at us, coaches-wise, trusted us with different coverages against Jokic. You got to switch it up on him all game. I thought we did really good in the first half, and he was able to get to the free throw line in the second half, but we were trying to switch it up on him all game. And for the most part, I thought we were on the same page, but we obviously lost guys a couple times.
Yeah, Kevin, Jordy Fernandez talked before the game about, keeping you guys cohesive, keeping you guys together. It seemed like that was the feeling, for those first 3 quarters. How do you feel about, how he handled the situation stepping in for Mike Brown tonight?
Yeah, he's good. Jordy's good. He's creative. Even when Mike is here, I think you notice he's very active on the sidelines and helping Mike out. He kind of controls our defense on most nights, and he was always super vocal, and I thought he did a good job today.
Yeah, Kev, you guys are now 0-7 in games where you make 10 or less triples. Is there anything that you feel like you guys need to do better on the offensive end when shots aren't falling?
I didn't even notice that, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, that's a big part of our offense is taking a lot of threes. I think the NBA is a make-or-miss league. You're going to miss shots. There's going to be certain nights for us. Our attempts have to be up. 35. We have goals on 3 attempts that we want per game and spray threes. Obviously tonight, weren't able to hit shots much, but that's something we need in our offense, especially with Domantas out. We got to make shots.
You mentioned Jordy's creativity. Did you guys know that you were going to have to go small for certain portions of this game?
That was funny. I thought that was interesting.
What are the challenges when you do go small, given you're so used to having a big like Domas out there?
We didn't. That was an adjustment they made mid-game. It wasn't something we practiced, but I think every NBA team has lineups where they're able to go small, trying to take advantage of different looks on the offensive side of the court. For the most part, we were doubling defensively, and so use kind of Harrison and Trey to try to be physical with them most of the time up the court and make sure our backside was helping out. But I thought it was effective. I thought Trey was really aggressive when we went small, and he needed to be, just trying to make plays.
Right.
And I think he made a late 3 that was big. But it's a lineup that we haven't used a lot, but I thought it was pretty effective for us.
Kevin, with Domas out for who knows how long, how important is it for guys like Trey and guys for Davion to come up with those big moments in the game like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we don't need anybody being a hero. I think it's Domas is a big piece of our team. There's no hiding that, but we just need everybody to be a little bit better. That's all 9 guys that are out there playing, each and every night. I thought Alex started the game great. I thought Richaun gave us good minutes. Trey gave us good minutes. It's just everybody just being a little bit better, trying to make up for Domas obviously being out.
You guys go up 20. Obviously, things are clicking both sides of the ball. Is there much you can pull from that as you obviously are going to see these guys tomorrow?
Yeah, it was something we talked about. They weren't making shots to start the game. I thought they got a couple good looks, and we built a big lead. Obviously, it's you want to have a big lead when other teams aren't making shots, but
Right.
I don't think that was a big teller of, I guess, how we were playing defensively. I thought our effort was most of the time pretty good, but they were just missing shots, and once they started making it, they were to chip away, and just late we weren't able to make shots when it counted, and they did.
100%. 100%, man. That's the truth. MPJ ate him up, and with MPJ specifically, you have to make him a driver. Like, you know what he wants to do. He wants to shoot the basketball, and he shot the basketball. The man's 6'10", 6'11", like, he's gonna rise over you. Make him a driver. He's a guy that's battling injuries, that's coming off of a huge injury. He's not there yet, athletically speaking, in terms of that grace that he used to move with, being that insane number 1 player in high school type of guy, which is why he fell to 14 because of all the injury issues. The back, right? I think the knee, if I'm not mistaken, recently. So you got to make him a driver. Like, you have to make him prove it, because if you're just going to let him shoot the basketball, he's going to eat you alive. I mean, that dude, I forget what his catch and shoot is when he just, I think it's over 40%. So you're not going to block a shot. You can't let him get to the mid-range because he's deadly from there too. So you got to be better. Like, you got to focus on his weaknesses and make him drive. Make him drive. Just that simple. King need a shutdown defender to take the next step, especially in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean they need someone good, man. They need someone like an OG for sure. At 0 points, Aaron Gordon. It was an ugly. This is an ugly blowout. Yeah, AG is gonna be dangerous tomorrow night. You know, if the Bulls will trade Patrick Williams, that's an interesting team to keep your eye on, right? Like if you look at the standings, okay, they are 14 and 19, right? And there's a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation. You know, certain guys aren't seen eye to eye, yada, yada, yada. That's a team that can dismantle the whole thing. It'll be interesting to see what they do, though, for sure. It'll be fun to see what they do. They didn't let him run off the line, right? They just let him be comfortable, 100%. That's what we saw tonight. Matter of fact, let's look at that, right? Oh, that first play was gross. Whap, Foxy. Here we go. Okay, good screen here from Joker. Open Murray, bang bang. See, Fox had to do a better job. Either way, the shot's still gonna go in, right? But you got to close out a little bit harder. But yet again, if you close out hard, he's gonna, drive by you, and then it puts you in a tough situation either way. But I just want a little bit harder closeout, a little bit more effort there. But Jamal Murray, very good player. Here we go. Swing that back to HB. HB, that's the thing. When HB plays with his head down, like he guys can't stop this man. And that's my biggest frustration with him. It's like, bro, you're too passive. Like, you got to be more aggressive. Just like this. But there's too many times where it's not in his DNA to continue to do this. I don't know why. Guys just flare out, man. It's super unfortunate, but it's the truth. Blow by here, or a good screen there. You get Harrison Barnes on a mismatch. He gets to a spot. Bam, bam. Jamal. Here we go. De'Aaron doing his own thing. Oh, where you going? Oh, hot potato, great pass. Okay, here we go. Oh. Jesus, what a pass. He's so fun to watch, bro. Nikola Jokic is different. Kevin Huerter, good pass there. Yeah, see, Harrison Barnes, bro, he's so good when he wants to be, but that's a problem, though. You know what I mean? Like, that's a problem for the team, because if you're not engaged like this the whole game, it doesn't matter. It just hurts your team. Because you know that you're capable of being that dude, but then you just disappear. Oh. Davion. Okay. Oh. Here we go. Good play. Richaun Holmes, baby. Get that. Great screen here. Nice little exit screen here, right? Bam, bam. Red velvet. You gotta love that. Williams is a poor man. Need OG. That's not a bad thing. Here we go. That's not a bad thing, though. Poor man's OG, or those are hard to get too. Yeah. See where the breakdown is, right? That's a good screen here. Nice little down screen, or staggered, right here, right? You get him going downhill. Richaun has to step up. So you obviously have to, if you're Malik Monk, you have to do a better job of understanding situational awareness, right? If your big man's going to step up and meet him in the air, you got to just step in and anticipate that there's going to be a dump-off pass here. Like, that's just bad defense from Malik. Richaun did his job there. He stepped up. He rotated. You got to do a better job because we know that that's his only option. Right? Like, we know that. Here we go. Oh. Well, good pass to the Rook. Second year to first year. Okay. DeAndre. What a pass. Oof. I love this man. Mr. Brown. The guy can finish. To end the first quarter. Damn. We need that version of Malik Monk. The sixth man of the year Malik Monk. Because tonight was not it. Tonight, when he struggles, man, the bench is not good. Fox. Gets to his spot, guy. He's so smooth. And this is why I get mad, man. Like, Fox should be playing 35 minimum a night. That don't even make no sense. I don't know who the hell, what other team in the league would play him less than 35 minutes. Like, that don't even make sense to me. When you're able to be so elite offensively. Like a guy that can get a shot up whenever he wants. Literally. See what the breakdown is. First of all, you get beat off the dribble, right? At this point, Richaun has to step up. But this is just a great offensive play, right? By Bones. And that's just the breakdowns on the perimeter. Holmes has no choice. Because if he doesn't step up, it's a layup. Either way, it's a lose-lose. Like, that's a defensive breakdown on the perimeter. Great pass here. Oh. Lyles had a game. Jesus, this boy fell to he went left. Sidestep. What a pass. That's gross. Great defense. Oh my God. This is the one I was talking about. This is great defense. Oh, you stay down. Oh. Jesus. That's tough. See, I'm okay with that. You tip your hat off, right? But it's the other stuff with MPJ where you're just like, damn, oof, that's a bad pass. Like, you had him there too, Trey. Like, you have Richaun already for the alley-oop, but you just got to do a better job there. That's gross. Look where he's at. You got to find the man, bro. You got to find the man. At the end of what? It's 46-31, right? Or 46-34 at this point. Like, Michael Porter Jr. single-handedly brought them back to end that to end the first half. Like, that was your ball game. Like, if you sustain that, you probably win this game. So, yeah, it's tough. Let's see. Oh, bam. A rookie 3. Here we go. Michael Porter Jr. Again, second quarter, down 9 at this point for 3. It's like, you can't allow him. Like, you got to make him drive, bro. It's pissing me off. Like, you got to make him drive. He wants to shoot the basketball. He wants to shoot the ball. Here we go. Foxy. Again, gets to a spot. He's automatic, bro. He got to play this man at least 35 minutes a night. Oof. Going for the steal there. Misses it. That's tough. That's a tough finish. Can't do anything about that. Oof. Harrison. And 7/10 of a second. Oh, yeah, and then Fox got a technical foul. Then he stepped over the line, which happens on every single play in the NBA. They called it a lane violation. That caused him an extra 2 points because when they called him for the lane violation, he got pissed off, and he has a right to be pissed off because they literally could have called out on the Nuggets all game long and they didn't. Like, you can't be selective like that and just be, oh yeah, I'm gonna call it on you, Bucks. So that was huge. 2 points there for free. Oh. Again, automatic from the midi committee. Here we go. Ooh, he said, you barbecue chicken, young man. God, Nikola Jokic is so nice with it, bro. He's crazy. Best big man in basketball. Oh, Fox. Oh. It really infuriates me watching this because I watched it live, right? We're still here at the Golden One Center, as you can see. But to understand how special Fox is offensively and to not play him more than anybody else on this team is just crazy to me. It's like you're asking to lose a game. Like that don't even make no sense. I mean, come on. Oh, Richaun. Okay, here we go. Oh. It's good defense. Better offense. Who's that, Foxy? Oh, good pass. It's a good pass, Fox. He got to a spot. Like, that's a shot that he's been missing a lot. And that's a shot. Like, he needs to make that shot at a higher rate. Good defense here. Again. Right. Where's the breakdown here, right? You got Trey Lyles. As opposed to boxing out, right? Okay. You got to box out right now. Like, right here. Okay? You can't be ball watching this, right? And if you box his man out, obviously it's just terrible boxing out, just in general. Especially when Joker shoots a shot, that's a 3-point shot. Now you're just down. Now you're only up by 1 at this point. Like that can't. These are the breakdowns that I keep talking about, man. Like you can't have that. That's good. That's great defense. Bones is just tough. Bones Highland's nice. Good pass. Trey Lyles. Oh, so you can't guard me. You had a good game today. Go. Okay, Davion. It's good defense. Oh, he got beat. Monk gets beat too easily, man. Monk is a defensive liability. He's good offensively, but tonight he wasn't either. So that's a problem. Okay, Davion. See, we need more of that. Oh. Damn, you can't have that, bro. That's tough. That's a tough break right there, right? That's great defense by Monk, right? And Lyles just gives it away. Like, what are you doing? That's terrible. That is terrible. Okay. Here we go. De'Aaron, Jesus. WAP. I mean, bad pass. You gotta get back, man. Gotta get back, bro. You can't have that, man. Bad transition defense. K Fox. That's a great spin. That's good defense. That's just a great spin. That is hard to do, bro. Full speed spin. I don't think people understand how hard that is. Sidestep. Bam. For 3. Fox keeping them in the game. I mean, we can keep talking about Davion, but damn, like Davion was not closing out the right way either, bro. Like, here we go. Trey Lyles trying to do his best, but the reality is you put shooters around this man. He's too smart. He's going to pick you apart, right? Oh, my God. Like, you got to do better, bro. Like, where is the breakdown? Like, to me, why are you so out of position, Kevin? Like, what are you doing here? For real. Like, why? Like, why? Like, why are you there? Why are you in the... When Joker was right here, he's literally in no man's land, man. My God. And after that, they never took back the lead. That's on Kevin, bro. And that's the thing. Like, if Fox is going to take on the challenge, then that means someone else is going to take over. And this is a tough shot. It's good defense. That's just the reality of the situation, right? Like, that's just what happens. You got to tip your hat off there. But that's a domino effect of previous plays. Once you get guys going, they're more likely to hit these crazy-ass shots. Bad pass. That's tough. 106, 104.9. The game was over at this point. That's tough. That is tough. People say we need a rim protector, but the clear problem is a perimeter defense and inability to keep players in front, forces the big to either contest or guard the dunker, lose-lose situation. I mean, that's been the story of Richaun Holmes, bro. I've been saying this. Like, yeah, he fouls a lot. He fouls a lot because he's in a tough situation, which I've been saying for a long time. But yes, it's tough, man. But that's going to do it, y'all. I'm here for an hour and 16, actually. I appreciate every single one of you guys and people that watch this after as well. People that listen to this on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your pods. Thank you, guys. It was a fun night tonight for the most part. The Kings led. Kings gave it up in Kings fashion. What are they going to do without Sabonis? Get another crack at the Nuggets tomorrow. They're not going to win. I hope they do. But tonight it was a missed opportunity, let's be honest. We just watched a little bit of the highlights. Kevin got to be better on everybody got to be better. Specifically Kevin Huerter. And you cannot allow MPJ to go off like that, man. Like, that was just bad defense. That's tough. But appreciate you guys. On behalf of the entire CK family, Basketball Zone family, thank you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.